I will be talking about the problem statement optimizing the difference of subarray sums. The problem statement states that we are given an integer array named as nums. We have to partition it into two contiguous non-empty subarrays such that the absolute difference between the sums of the two subarrays is maximized. We have to return the maximum absolute difference. The input format is: the first line contains an integer t, the number of test cases. For each test case, the first line contains the size of the array and the second line contains the array itself. The constraints are given as follows. Output format. We have to print the maximum absolute difference on a new line for each test case. Sample input. Here t is 1, that is the number of test cases are 1, and the length of the array is given as 3 and the array itself is 2, 3, 4. The sample output is 5. The explanation. I will be talking about the explanation after I have talked about the code. Talking about the code. First, I have taken the input test cases. Now, I have taken the length of the array and I have taken the nums, that is the array, as input in this line. Now I have initialized the prefix sum, then I have built the prefix sums by using a for loop. Now using a for loop, I have iterated over all possible partitions to calculate the max difference, and in the last step I have print the maximum difference. Approach. My first step was to calculate prefix sum for all elements. Then I have find the max absolute difference for all possible partitions. Let's take an example, array 2, 3, 4. Now I have built the prefix sum as 0, 0, 0, that is 4 times 0, which is greater than which is 1 more than the length of the array. Now I have built the prefix sum using this formula. As you can see, the 0th at the 0th position in prefix sum, the element was 0, and at the array's 0th index, the element was 2. So this will be inserted into the prefix sum first index, and the same for the prefix sum 2 and for prefix sum 3. Now the prefix sum array has been built. Note that the last element is the sum of the whole array. Now let's see all the possible partition. So partition number 1, that is the I is 1. I have given the array prefix sum and max difference at the right top corner. Now the two sub arrays are 2 and 3, 4. So the left sum is 2 using the formula that I have given in the code, and 3 plus 4, that is 7. I have got it by using the right sum formula prefix sum, that n, that is the last element of the prefix sum array, minus the left sum which I have calculated previously. Now the max difference. I have used a max function in Python. So the previous max difference was 0, comma, absolute of left sum minus right sum. So the left sum was 2 and the right sum was 7. So 2 minus 7 minus 5, and because of absolute it converts into 5. Then the maximum of 0, 5 is 5. So now the max difference is converted into 5. Now possible partition number 2, that is I is equals to 2. The first subarray is 2, 3 and the second subarray is 4. Now 2 plus 3 is equals to 5, and the right subarray is sum is 4. Now again I will calculate the max difference using the same method. For this partition, the absolute difference is 1. So we will calculate max. So 5 comma 1 will give 5. Last step, print max difference. So final output is 5 with a time complexity of on. Now let's submit the code. Now I have pasted the code here. Now let's run the code. Yes, the test case has been passed. Now let's try submitting the code. Yes, the code has been accepted successfully. Thank you.